Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be. Welcome to the pre-D Sunday stream. A little bit different. It's not the wake-up show. We're on the wrong day. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday to everybody, and happy Monday for those who are in the future in New Zealand and Australia that are already ticked over past midnight. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. We're going to dive into the chat in just a minute and see how everyone's going, see who's here, give a few shout outs, and we'll get cracking. Today's stream is just a Q&A, free for all. If you've got questions, you can ask questions in the chat. You can interact with each other in the chat. You can interact with me. And we're just going to wing it today. We're just going to hang out. And coming up after my stream, of course, will be D. Nimmin with the special D. Nimmin mobile extravaganza, or whatever he's called it this week. So let's crack into the chat for a second, see who's here. And no green screen today, as you can see. I've got my old set back, a few changes, still developing the set, of course. So let's crack into it. Let's see who was here before the stream started. First of all, let's give a few shout outs here. Very first person in the chat, Alex Tox. Well, let's move that down there. Alex Tox was the first one, and then Joseph Martinez came in pre-stream as well. We had JB the Pro coming in pre-stream. Freedom using Farm and Arbor Homestead. That's a mouthful. Saying hey y'all. The Predictors in the house as well. That was me chatting in the chat as well. The moderator, Shelby's Corner, is here as well. Sweeney Dunstan is here. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Taper John is here as well. Let's see who else. And Jaco is here. A few regulars here today from the Wake Up Show and from around the channel. So thank you for popping by. We've got a bit of a Christmas thing going there at the moment, so we're just going to drop that down in the background a bit. We'll let that play through. It's Christmas all year round, isn't it? The only one single Christmas instrumental track on the whole shebang of my playlist, and it happens to play it while I'm streaming. So there you go. Josephine's just joined us. Hello, Josephine. How you going? We're just here to hang out and just warm up the airwaves, I reckon. We'll call it warming up the airwaves. We're warming up the mic. We're warming up the seat before D. Nimmin pops in a little bit later. He's coming in about midday Eastern, I believe. All right. We're going to do a few things today. No trivia today. This is not the trivia show. This is not the wake-up show. This is the subscriber Q&A, hangout, whatever goes. We're going to discuss any news. If you have any questions you have for me, or questions about things in the news around YouTube or tech or content creation, you can ask those questions in the chat, and I'm happy to talk about them as much as I know about those particular subjects. So who knows what sort of questions you come up with. We're going to jump into that. And we'll keep calling out people as they come into the stream. So don't forget, the first thing we need to remember is this. Make sure to tweet out the stream. And make sure you at me, at Doug Hewson YT. And then I might get a shout out during a stream and a thank you for tweeting me out. Just like that. Yeah, I stole it from D. Of course I did. I've got my iPhone hooked up. We can check the tweets along the way. So it should be good. And as Joseph says, let's get this party rolling. All right, let's come back to that one. Yes. We'll see how my scenes handle the phone being plugged in today. I had a few hassles last time I had the phone plugged in, but we seem to be rolling all right thus far. And just there it is. Let's get this party rolling. So yeah, make sure you share that out. Just as I said, let's get a party happening in here. Let's get the crowd pumping before D comes along a little bit later. Delay Flow is here. Delay Flow TV, a very new subscriber on the channel. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to cough in a second. If I cough, I will turn away. All right. Just seeing what's happening on. Everything's coming through all right. Just looking at my sample stream coming through there. It's beautiful. It's looking good. Looking good. How's everyone's weekend been so far? It's Sunday. It's unusual for me to actually be streaming on a Sunday, but here I am streaming on a Sunday. Let's see what we got going in the chat, because this is where the conversation is going to happen today. I can bring up a few news items maybe, but if you have questions for me, this is the time to ask them for sure. Let's see what Jaco has to say. How do I grow my channel? That's a pretty broad question. I actually have some tips. Try and make a video about or with someone and share it to them like I did, and I gained almost 2,000 views and a few more subs. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, the key with anything and when you're organising your content is experimenting, really. You want to figure out what's going to work for you and your channel and your niche. It might work for you, it might not work for somebody else. So that's why sometimes you might want to go and do what Casey Neistat's doing, or doing what Peter McKinnon's doing, or doing what some famous gamers doing. I don't know all the famous gamers. I can name a few if I can think of them. But yeah, you might do that. But what works for them and their channel size and their channel demographic might not work for you. So it's all about experimentation. So don't be afraid to experiment. If something doesn't seem to be working, change it up. Change it up. If something is working, then make sure you're sticking with it. Stick with a formula. But if one part of your video is not working, experiment. Tweak it. See what you come up with. Taper John says, I enjoyed the geographic trivia last time, so I returned again. Yeah, seem to have on the Wake Up Show, we always seem to have at least a couple of geography-related questions. So I just get general knowledge questions, so it covers all the gamut of science and geography and literature and sport. So, yeah, we always come up with something. And we'll be back next Saturday before Nimmin Live with some more Wake Up Show. That's where the trivia happens. Dilo says, I found you on Creative Fundamentals. Yes, I am pretty regular in Dan's streams on his Wednesday night. I moderate there with a bunch of other moderators, of course. But I'm there I try and get to most of the stream, but it is during my work time. So if I get busy at work, then I might not pop past Dan's, or pop in on time on the Dan stream. Might be late in. But yeah, Dan stream is always good for a quick short hour and a half, 2 hour, talking about YouTube. 1, 2, 3 YouTube. That's what it's all about. Josephine's boiling. I don't know what that means. I hope you're not in hot water, literally. I hope you're just having a warm day. It's a hot day over there, because I know you guys are coming into summer. Wrestling with Kobe is in the house saying hello. Hello, Kobe. Predictor's got no internet, no video today on his channel. You'll get that up, I'm sure, very soon. Alex Stock says, I need one tip on my channel. Any one tip. Well, we're not doing one tip trivia, but you never know. I can pull up a channel and look at the channel. Joseph says, I got stung by a yellow jacket yesterday. That would be painful, I would imagine. I hear it's worse than a bee sting. I'm not sure where it ranks with, say, a wasp, but you don't want to be stung by any of those, do you? That would be not good. That would be not good at all. Video Zeus is in the house. How's it going? How's it going? Scrolling through the chat here. Josephine's got to study. Even on a Sunday, you got to study. Liz is in the house as well. Hey, Liz, how you going? Yeah, it's my network cable, which is right there. That bugs me too. It's just short by enough that I can't run it along the floor. I'll get that sorted. It's on my to-do list. Maybe I'll get it fixed tomorrow. It was probably better when I had my green screen up because it blocks all that out. Jaco said, I shared on Twitter. Thank you very much. Thanks for sharing. It's always good. Get people in here. And Scully's here as well. Welcome, Scully. How you going? Freedom says make more content. There's a tip. Always, if you're not putting content out on a regular basis, then that is going to affect your channel for sure. You got to keep it regularly. That's always a challenge for me when I work full time as well. So it's like, but this is content. Streaming is content. So if all else fails, do a stream. It's a rainy day in Wales, says Liz. So we're inside watching turkeys hatching in the incubator. There we go. Bit of animal husbandry going on there. Bit of science. How biology works. Jacko says, how do you get the camera to notice the green screen? Well, the camera just films what it sees, so the camera's not doing anything itself. So if I had my green screen up here, like I did last week on the Wake Up Show, we would have the green screen there. It's all up to the software that you're using, whether it's your live streaming software or your editing software to do the green screen calibration. So it's all up to the software and if it does it or not. A lot of editors do. Not all live streaming software does. All the OBS and Streamlabs OBS, that does it all. I'm using Ecamm. That does green screen as well. So I just click the button for green screen and I can adjust it so that it keys in the background picture properly. And that's just how it works. So it all comes down to the software. It all happens in the software on your computer when you're either editing or if you're live streaming software. Shelby's Corner says, currently mass uninstalling a bunch of games I only play once for more room. Yes, always the bloat of gamers is testing games. After a while, you stop playing them, and they just take up space on your hard drive. Jaco says, streaming can be easier and can get more subs and views sometimes. Yeah, for sure. If you have a regular streaming schedule, say you're a gamer particularly, something like that, where you might stream a number of times per week for an hour or two, you can build up like a very good community building for sure, because you get the regulars coming in and talking to you, just like we have here now, people coming in, having a chat, talking to each other, talking to me. So it builds community, and then along the way, you're getting views, you're picking up subscribers. So yeah, it's a win-win. Taper John, I do not tweet. I read the Book of Faces. Good old Facebook. Good old Facebook. Well, wherever you share, thank you very much. Alex says, recently it took me almost an hour to record a video with green screen, and after recording, I realized I was wearing a green shirt. Well, you can get an interesting effect if you're wearing a green shirt in front of a green screen. It's like a floating head. You can go for that floating head effect. Yes, that would be unfortunate. You go back and do it all again. But that's definitely a good tip. Don't wear a green shirt when you're green screening. Donna's joining the chat. Hello, Donna. How are you? Welcome to the stream. It is awesome to have everyone here today. Let's change it up for a second. Let's jump over here. Oh, it's got an old chat message up. There we go. Out to the wider shot. Lovely. Yeah, keep the questions and comments coming, because that's what this is all about. This is just hanging out, Q&A. We're going to get it all happening now. I think I'll be able to handle questions in the chat. I don't need a form for that. And I'm going to see quickly what this is over here. I've been tagged on Discord. I just need to make sure that it's not anything urgent. Probably just someone sharing out my stream. No, I got tagged. I just got tagged in a question. Thought it might have been urgent. All right. Well, I think let's discuss some recent news in YouTube before we continue. But keep your questions coming, of course. The whole show is open for questions. You don't have to wait to be asked. You can ask your questions anytime. The first, let me have a look here real quick. I think the recent one I want to talk about. One thing was the subscriber count. I put the video out. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. It was a little while ago, wasn't it? The video about YouTube changing the way they display subscriber counts. I don't think it's a big hassle myself. I think because you can see in certain parts of YouTube they're already doing that. If you if you're on like the video page, for example, of a channel, it'll abbreviate those counts down to say like mine now. I'm on over 1,800 subscribers, so it'll put mine as 1.8k on the video page and in a few other places. Of course, on my main channel page at the moment, you can see my exact subscriber count. And in August, which is 2 months away, sometime in August, I'll be reverting all the public-facing subscriber counts to the abbreviated format. So you still know roughly how many subscribers people have got, but you don't see the exact number to the exact digit. I don't think that's too much of a problem myself. There seems to be a few different things going on there. But if you want to know more about it, you can check out my video, or you could go check out the video that Brian G. Johnson did a couple of days ago on that subject as well. Because I really think that it's not something to be too fussed about. It's not going to affect the way your videos perform on YouTube. It's not going to affect the way your channel performs on YouTube. So it's not going to be a big hassle at all. But it's just something just to be mindful of and be aware of. And it's amazing that they announced it this far ahead, because usually they might announce a change like a week ahead or 2 weeks ahead. But here they gave us up to probably about 3 months notice on it, which is unheard of really for YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it performs. I don't think it's going to overly adversely affect sites like Social Blade or TubeBuddy. Just seeing some comments from the guys at TubeBuddy, I think they've got things well in hand to be able to adapt to that change. So it's all looking good. Let's see what's happening in the chat. For a second, I've got stuff in the way here on my screen. I need to get to the chat. And first of all, we got to shout out Pam Pam. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here. Freedom Farm and Arbor Homestead asked an interesting question. It says, why are they doing that? They haven't publicly given a really good explanation, just to announce the fact that they are doing that. Earlier on, when they first announced it, there was some talk about being more uniform with some of the other platforms like Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But I noticed that they removed some of that information from the community post where they first posted the announcement. So I think at the moment they're just saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. And why they're doing it has caused a lot of speculation. People saying that it's because of the live subscriber counts being streamed on YouTube. So that's pretty low quality content in my opinion. You know, like PewDiePie versus T-Series, or that Charles guy, what's his name? These makeup people, and Taddy Westbrook, one going up, one going down. When there's like YouTube drama, let's have a look. Let's put this person versus this person, and then it causes what it actually does is it actually brings attention to something, and it actually artificially inflates and deflates people's subscriber counts unnecessarily. There were people who were probably unsubscribing for their own reasons, but these sites and these streams then actually cause people to jump on the bandwagon, so to speak. So they're like jumping on the bandwagon saying, oh, well, I'm a PewDiePie supporter, so let's make sure that we subscribe to him. Or I'm a T-Series supporter, we're going to subscribe to them. And it artificially inflates both their sub counts, because that's a race going up. But then where we had, what's his name? Charles guy and Taddy Westbrook he was dropping, she was going up. It was quite a massive change in subscriber counts, and it was all being played out on these live streams where they would just have the numbers ticking over in real time. And I think that might be partly the reason, because I don't think it's because per se whether it's a low value live stream, because I believe it is, but it's also because those live streams in themselves are causing those subscriber counts to be artificially inflated or deflated rather than them happening more naturally in response to actual content or in response to the actual creator. So yeah, there's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents on that. Let's see. Back to the chat, and it keeps scrolling, and I need to find out where I am. Shelby's Corner says, I posted a new video recently. I want to hear what you think of the editing after the stream, trying out new things. Yes, I have already watched that video, and I'll check it out later. Neil, Crypto Cruising, is in the house saying, yo. And questions. I love questions, Donna. Doug, I have questions. What do you need to do a green screen software? Okay. Well, first of all, you need the green screen, which I've got one out of shot here. But then what you need, you got the green screen, you got your lights to light the green screen to get even lighting. You can record that on your camera. Say you're doing a pre-recorded video. You need a camera to record it, and then you bring it into your software. Most editing software will have the capability to do green screen. They'll have a feature that's called either a chroma key or a green key or green screen, depending on what you're using. I'm not sure what some of this software would call it, but I know in Final Cut they have what's called, I think it's just called, there's a couple of different types of keys, but usually the common one is called chroma key if you're going for the more technical term, but there are also ones like that. So basically what you do is you can place that on your timeline and put that effect on it, and then put like whatever the background is going to be, whether what you basically the green screen is going to be replaced with, whether it's like a landscape scene or like a picture of your garden or whatever it might be. You place that either above or below it on the timeline, depending on the software, and it will actually take all the green bits and make them transparent, and then you'll be able to see through that background. So you'll be there in front of your green screen. The green behind you all of a sudden becomes, your backyard. You're in your backyard, even though you're not in your backyard, or something like that. So most editing software will do that. I think some of the cheaper ones may not. I'm not sure about, say, I think even iMovie would have basic green screening. Filmora and Camtasia and that, they'll all do green screening quite easily. Of course, Premiere, Final Cut Pro, all the high-end stuff, not a problem. So I'd say majority, DaVinci Resolve, that'll do it. Hit Film Express will do it. But if you're running a really, really basic one, even some of the ones on the phone, like KineMaster and stuff on your phone will do it. So you can do it on your phone as well. So most of the software will do it. Now, when it comes to live streaming, you just have to check when you're looking into software. Like I'm using Ecamm Live, that'll do it. The common free ones like Streamlabs, OBS, and OBS, that'll 100% do it as well. Most of the common ones that the gamers use do it, because gamers use green screen quite heavily if they want to put themselves in the bottom corner of their gameplay. So yeah, most of the live streaming software probably has a functionality for that as well. But yeah, always good to check the when you're looking for either editing software or live streaming software, look for that feature in the feature list just to make sure it'll do it for you. And then you're good to go. Then you just got to put the effect on and then tweak the settings, tweak the levels till it looks good. That's how it goes. And the chat keeps coming in, but I need to keep going with the questions. Here we go. Taper John has a question. I can get my audio followers 400 plus views to get extra video bonus on another platform. I'm trying to figure out what the question is here. I can get my audio followers. Is that like a podcast? To get an extra video bonus on another platform, YouTube, 30 plus views. Can I get my audio followers? Well, yeah, if you promote a particular video, say of on your podcast or wherever they're finding you audio, whether it's a radio live stream or audio live stream, whatever it might be, if you can promote a particular video and push them there, put the link in your show notes or whatever, you can try to push them to YouTube. The hardest thing for some people is to actually get people to move from platform to platform to watch content. So sometimes it's better to bring the content to them. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. So I'm not 100% sure on the question, but hopefully I've touched on it. Crypto says, I edited the Nimmon show yesterday on Facebook and Twitter. Is that like an audio, Neil? Let me know. Because I didn't know that was happening. Drop me the deets. All right, I'm going to scroll down. Oh, James Charles. Thank you, Shelby. I knew his last name was Charles. So what was his first name? Joseph Martinez says, I sprayed the wasp nest in my yard and almost got stung again. Watch out. Don't get stung again. Not 2 days in a row. I would probably add that lighting your green screen is important as the lighting itself. Absolutely. Lighting, and welcome to the stream, Flip Classroom Tutorials. Yeah, lighting is important. Some software is more forgiving on uneven lighting and will do a better job. But the better you can light it, the easier it is for the software to do its work. So yes, I'd agree with that. Midnight Madness 4x4 is in the house. Midnight Madness. How's it going, Charlie? Donna says Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs will do green screen 100% because gamers are most gamers are using Streamlabs or they're using the traditional OBS, and both of them, that's like a basic feature for them. They got to have the green screen, and they've all got their Elgatos so they don't pull up out of the holder and set up and all that stuff. So. All About Vehicles is in the house as well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Studio Geek 32 is here as well. Welcome. I'm going to change up the scene just a second. Let's just bring me in a bit closer. Alex Tox is trying to bring math questions to the stream, trying to bring lift the intelligence level a little bit. 58 times 9. You asked me to do maths in my head at 1 a.m. in the morning, because 1 a.m. in the morning where I am. Somebody else can answer for me. Because I ain't doing the math. Liz, catch you later if you're still here. Thanks for popping past for a little while. Catch you next week on the Wake Up Show. We'll be back doing trivia next Saturday. Crypto's asking a question. Studio Geek. I'll keep going. Slobs, is it working for me? Driving me mad. I can't figure it out. Yeah, some people have trouble with Slobs. Some people prefer traditional OBS Studio. You know, for me, I use whatever you can. Whatever works for you is my mantra. Like for live streaming, I can tell you I've got traditional, because I'm running a Mac. I've got traditional OBS. I've got Ecamm Live. I can potentially go over to Chrome and use StreamYard because it's like a browser-based live streaming. So I can do all that. I'll use whichever one suits what I'm doing. Like I'm probably going to go over to StreamYard and do stuff on StreamYard for places where I'm doing guests, bringing guests in, or recording podcast interviews where I also have a guest, because it's just so much easier to bring people in using StreamYard. For Ecamm is for doing this sort of thing where I'm highlighting comments. I'm here in my studio just doing what I do, and I'll use Ecamm. And then I've got OBS as my backup. So I haven't used OBS for quite a while. I will go back and do some stuff with OBS one day. And archive.org, I'm trying to get my dedicated followers from archive.org to follow me on YouTube. I'm not even sure what archive.org is. Is that a common site, or is that something that you've got going on? Because it sounds official, archive.org. Yeah, you just got to put it out there to get people to see if they're gonna come and join your stream or come over to your channel, watch your video, or whatever piece of content it might be. So it's just a matter of letting them know and encouraging them as best you can to go over. But yeah, as always, it can be a challenge to get people to move platforms. And there's the answer to that question, Alex. 522. And here we go. Scrolling through, I'm going to try and catch up on this chat here. And there's a lot of interaction between everybody in the chat, so that's good. Pam says, Slobs and OBS were both running perfect, then with no changes, they just stopped talking to YouTube. The live is just black, but then they replay on YouTube, so it shows up. That's weird. That is weird. I couldn't even begin to guess what's going on there. The live is just black, but then the replay on YouTube shows up. That is bizarre. Yeah, I know with Slobs, you link your YouTube through the API, but with OBS, you use a stream key. So if it's doing it on both, then to me that says it's probably something to do with YouTube's end. I don't know. That's bizarre. And OBS Geek is in the house. That sounds like OBS Geek might know a bit about OBS, possibly. I'm not sure. Welcome to the stream. Nice. And I've caught up with the chat. You keep dropping questions. Not too many people had thoughts on the whole subscriber count thing. I don't think it's a big issue, so people are going on. Let's see if anybody's tweeted out the stream yet. I know people said they have. Let's give a few tweet shout-outs before we continue. So let me see. Yes, I'm ripping off D. Nimmin. I will totally let you know that I'm ripping off D. Nimmin with this. So let's have a look on my Twitter. Let's jump on over for mentions. Let's see. I got mentioned in a tweet from Crypto, but it wasn't about the stream. There's a whole conversation going in the mentions, nothing about my stream. But Sweeney, thank you very much for sharing. Hey Dunstonians, I'm not going to be streaming today due to sinus migraine. I can relate, I was like that yesterday. But why not check out Doug Hewson YT live now? Appreciate the share. Sweeney Dunstan, you're an awesome supporter of the channel. And it's all happening, so I better jump back. Not too many shout-outs, but Sweeney, thank you very much. Let's have a look. And let's give a big shout-out to Beanie Draws is in the house. Beanie's here, so we can all go, everybody. Thank you very much. Welcome, Beanie. Pam's got to run. Pam, we'll catch you later. Thanks for popping by. Flip Classroom Tutorial is asking what I do to get my phone on the screen. Now, because I'm using Ecamm Live, they have a feature where you can plug in your iPhone or iPad and use it as a camera input. So the screen, it becomes a camera input. So what I do is use that feature, and then I put an overlay that shows the outline of the phone. Let me pull that up for a sec. I'll show you. You can see I've got the. Hang on, I'm gonna point this way. You can see I've got not only is the phone, but I've got the whole phone in there because basically I've got what's called a frame in there. I wonder if I can move the frame. I can move the frame, but I might push it out. It might be hard getting it back in. But you can see that there's an actual that's an iPhone XR frame with the iPhone XR, because basically all you get, if I turn the frame off, here we go. There we go. Turn the frame off and you just get like the basic what you actually see on the screen, because obviously it's not catching, you know, the rest of the phone. It's just catching the screen. So then I just add in an overlay, and voila, it looks like a real phone. But yeah, Ecamm Live has that feature where you can bring in the iPhone or an iPad, just plug it in by USB lightning cable, because I'm on a Mac. Macs have that feature, because you can do that with QuickTime with Macs. You can plug in your phone and screen record your phone or your iPad on your Mac, and it makes it really easy because it's all in the same ecosystem. Because Ecamm is a Mac software, they just piggyback on the ease of use, basically. So yeah, you can also do it in OBS as an OBS plugin for doing something similar to that, I believe. Now, the way Dee and Nick do theirs on Niman Live is they actually have let me bring my phone in here. They have a dongle, not like this. This is just a lightning cable, but they have actual lightning to HDMI dongle, and then go in by HDMI through a Elgato cam link and then into the computer. So it's a little bit more janky, but it does the job as well. So that's the answer to that question. All right. Where am I? Here we are. OBS Geek tweeted it out. We'll get back and look at the tweet shortly. Thank you for tweeting it out. Joseph, we'll catch you later. Thanks for popping by. Beanie has just come back from watching the new Godzilla movie. I saw him tweet out his quick and dirty first thoughts review. A fun film for sure. So if you're into Godzilla, it's a winner. All right, Donna's got a question. Yesterday on my second channel, I was trying to go live first time on my computer. I did event. Once I pressed preview to go live, it won't. Ecoder came up. My question would be, what software are you using first of all? And because that will determine, are you connecting to YouTube via the API? You're connecting to YouTube using the stream key. If it's traditional OBS, it might be a stream key. If it's Streamlabs OBS, you might be connecting by YouTube API. So you got to make sure that you, if it's Streamlabs, that you're logging out of your first channel and log in as your second channel, so that it's connecting to the correct channel. So that'll be one thing, but I'm not quite sure. Set up as an event, preview to go live. Yeah, it's something you just have to troubleshoot through. That's off the top of my head, I'm not sure the exact answer for that. But yeah, we might, if you come back with some more information, maybe we can work that out. Yeah, OBS Geek knows all about it. You can do that with OBS. Talking about the what we're talking about just before. Yeah, I know mostly what you're talking about, Donna. It's all right. A bit more information, we might work it out. Sometimes it's hard to troubleshoot without visually seeing what's going on as well. But, you know, we'll do the best we can. Beanie says he's recently had a lot of issues with Streamlabs. If it was Streamlabs, had to install some new drivers. Yeah, Pam was just saying that she's had issues with both Streamlabs OBS and OBS streaming to YouTube. So that's interesting. I'm not Flip's Classroom Tutorials. I'm not sure if it works with Android. I know it works with iPhone because of the way the Mac and the iPhones talk to each other. I think Android, you'd probably have to finagle it a bit more, like go the HDMI capture route to get it in, or use, you know, like Reflector or one of those screen sharing softwares where you do it over Wi-Fi. That might be an option as well. Oh, just Tube Live, just from the browser. That's interesting. I have to do some testing with the browser. I haven't done a lot of direct streaming from the browser to YouTube. I'll usually use third-party software. But that's interesting. That's interesting. YouTube are probably having a few teething things with their new live stream bits that they've added to Studio. So maybe it's got something to do with that. All right. OBS Geek, very confident in doing the video, but exploring streams. I'd like to add that to schedule starting August. Interesting, yeah. Live streams are good. Live streams are great. Once you get into them, you're like, oh, I don't know why I hadn't started sooner. But as long as you got a focus for your streams, like you have your purpose, then you're going to be good. You're going to be good. It'll just evolve over time. You'll see what works, what doesn't, then you'll tweak it a little bit each week. Let's have a look. Basically, the way my channel is set up, I need to have an open as possible setup. I've got iOS, Android, Chrome, Mac, Linux, and Windows all need to work together. Yeah, that's a challenge for sure. That's a challenge for sure. The only thing I know that's totally cross-platform with all, obviously streaming-wise is for Mac, Linux, and Windows is OBS Studio. So whichever one you're using, you can potentially have the same scenes and everything set up if you have to switch. But yeah, bringing in sources is a challenge. It's like, well, you're going to have your key machine that's going to be a streaming machine, and maybe have things coming in using HDMI converters and things like that, whether it's a camera or a device where you're sharing the screen. Yeah, I think the easiest way when you're cross device like that is the dongle out of the mobile device into a HDMI device that turns it to USB, and then it gets seen as a camera by your software. Oh, OBS Geek is Studio Geek 32. Nice. Crypto's watching the Liverpool. Go Liverpool. Congratulations to Liverpool fans for winning. I saw that on the news earlier today. So, yeah, Liverpool. 185,000 watching on YouTube. Yeah. That's a pretty good turnout. That's a pretty good turnout. All right. Yeah, I think D does his Android the same way as he does his iPhone, because he's going into a Windows computer. Both cases, I think he's doing a dongle to HDMI and then into a cam link or something similar to a cam link. Very possible. That's funny. Yeah, I realized it was Linux and not Linus. You have your personal Linus. Your Linus Tech Tips is here. Your personal Linus. That's the way to go. It's all about getting everything sort of working and testing. Like I know Taper John here is talking about a local Wi-Fi can and trying to get that to work. Through OBS, not recognizing his Android. So there's all sorts of challenges. I know when I was playing around with OBS a while ago, it's like trying to bring different devices in different ways to see what works. Some of them have special plugins created for them, particularly on OBS. Streamlabs is not so forthcoming on some of the same plugins to get the same functionality. So, that's in some regards the regular OBS Studio, because of the community, has lots of interesting plugins that you can use to bring in cameras that you might not have thought of bringing in before. Like often if you've got like a Canon cameras, you can bring in straight by USB with Camera Live software. With Ecamm, you can also do it. They've built in some of that Camera Live software into the back end of Ecamm. So If I had a Canon DSLR camera, I could potentially plug it straight in by USB. Wouldn't need a HDMI converter box, bring it in, and be live streaming in crispy 1080p, 4K potentially if I had a computer and internet that would do it, all that sort of thing. So it's interesting. Interesting. Crypto says you could end up with having 185k here. One day, maybe. One day. Hey, I'd be happy with 50 to 100 at the moment. I know D and Nick, I think they had about, I think the highest I saw last night was about 270, 280 concurrent at the same time. So that's interesting. So they're getting some good numbers over there for live streams. I'm not sure what D usually gets on his Sunday streams. We'll have a look later because D's coming up right after me. All right, Donna's come back with some information about her live streaming. Had it set for 4:30 p.m. It went live on time. I had 3 people waiting. And all you see is the thumbnail. I see viewers chatting and waiting. I hope I make more sense. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So that was like going up into YouTube, clicking on the little camera icon and choosing Go Live as an option. Or going into the live stream settings and doing an event. Yeah, it gets a bit tricky when you're talking about they got the event part and then you can just go live as is, and then you can actually go in and just schedule a regular live stream. YouTube gets a little confusing, so I'm hoping when they move everything over to the new studio, they will actually just simplify the live streaming process for those options, because I think events is a little bit confusing myself. So if you're using the events option, it's a little bit off. So I might have to do some more. I think have I done a tutorial on that before? I can't remember. We'll have to check. Let me have a look. Let me have a look real quick. Trying to bring it up on my YouTube channel here. Because I have got a few live streaming videos. I don't think I've got one that discusses just the going live from your channel. So let's jump on over. Let's see if we can do this right now here. Let me go to the screen cap screen. Hopefully everybody can see the little previews. My little preview hasn't come up. But let's have a look. We'll bring it up. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my computer screen right now. Because my little preview window's disappeared for Ecamm, so I can't tell what's on. Let's go to my playlist and look for live streams, because I want to differentiate it from live streams to videos about live streaming. YouTube live streaming nuts and bolts. Let's see what I've got. I've got 9 videos in there. Wow.
Good grammar.
I don't want that playing. I don't want you playing. Ads for Grammarly. Who's getting a lot of ads for Grammarly lately? Okay, I need to go into my Ecamm settings and turn a few things off here. That's what I need to get rid of. That's better. And before I continue, wait 1 second. I need to bring this up. Donna, super chat for $35. Saying, thanks, Doug, for always be helping. Appreciate that really, really a lot. Donna, thank you very much. But let's have a look, see what live streaming videos we've got here, because I don't mind helping with the old live streaming, because live streaming is a bit of an interest of mine. Okay, got my moderation series. Got one about super chats, a couple about super chat, getting donations when you don't have super chat. How to schedule your live streams. That's probably the one I'm thinking of, how to schedule live streams. I don't think it covers it though. This one here. That one there. I don't think it specifically covers it. I was going to play it. Don't play it. Anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. That screen sharing was getting crazy for me. Yeah, appreciate the super chat, Donna. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the chat, see what's going on here. I did see OBS Geek did ask if I could look at the channel, which I'm open to doing. So we'll give that a minute. I just want to get caught up on the chat and see what's going on here. Sweeney has a question. He says, I have a wonderful question. Okay. Why is YouTube suggestion service so broken? I've asked it not to recommend specific channels over and over, but they keep putting them. Oh, like when you're viewing and you say not interested. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure why that. I've heard people say that. I haven't experienced it myself because I only very occasionally use a not interested button on videos because usually I just ignore them. But yeah, if I'm looking at channels for YouTube related stuff and then it starts suggesting videos from that channel afterwards, then I might occasionally go and do that. So yeah, I have experienced something similar, but not to that level where it just keeps showing them to me, even though I've said no. And obviously you've done it probably multiple times, so that's where it gets annoying for sure. Yeah, I don't know why it's broken like that, because they say that's what you should do. Tell us more. But I think what it's trying to balance between what you're telling it there and then what your viewing habits are telling it as well. So if you happen to go back and something plays from that channel, or you look at something that's from a similar channel, it might resuggest content from that channel. So yeah, it can be a bit tricky. But I don't have an answer because only YouTube knows. Destiny Lover is in the stream. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for dropping in. And Hashid, you've changed your channel name. Nice. You should be fine to show the ad as long as you don't. Okay, Beanie's talking to somebody there. I've probably missed that in the chat. Thank you, Donna. Again. On the home suggestions. Yeah, exactly. Like the recommended on your homepage, it does its thing. Scully says it'd be very cool to see me do a channel review. All right. Let's see if I can pull it off, of course. Let's see. Interesting question. Why did you make a YouTube channel? Well, let me share that with you brief. I'll try and keep it brief. This is my third YouTube channel. I started off like dabbling in YouTube. I did some gaming, Minecraft mainly. Sweeney does has probably seen my whole channel. I haven't done anything on that for like 2-3 years. So that's how I sort of got an interest for YouTube, because I was like into Minecraft a bit. So I got and started. I thought, well, I'll do some YouTube stuff. So I did that. I did some streaming on Mixer, which was called Beam at the time. So I did a bit of live streaming there, just playing gameplay basically. And then I thought I'd dabble. I got a action camera for my car. No, I just got an action camera, so I put it in my car, started recording like dash cam footage. And so I started a dash cam channel. So I've got a dash cam channel out there that's got about 400 plus subscribers, which I've sort of put to the side at the moment because I'm concentrating on this channel. And this is my like final form boss channel, I think. Well, for now anyway. This is the channel I started because I'm really interested in technology and YouTube and content creation. So I started doing this channel because I knew, hey, I'm very knowledgeable on like using devices like iPhones and computers like Macs and PCs. Don't ask me about Android is my Achilles heel. I'm bad on Android stuff, but everything else So I can do tutorials. I can figure this out. So I started doing sort of the content that I'm doing now, tutorials. I did quite a few iOS-based tutorials early on. Got into the live streaming stuff. Started talking about moderation and stuff. Once I started doing a lot of moderation for people like Nick Nimmin and D and Brian G. Johnson, and I moderate for a lot of channels, and it sort of happened, fell in my lap. So then I sort of started sharing my knowledge about moderation. So I did a series on that, and so now I'm sort of just pivoting and trying to find, because I'm in that zone on YouTube where you're starting to get some traction, but it's like, well, where do I want to actually pivot this channel to actually go where I want it to go? And so, so is my what's on my header, tech for content creation, is that where I'm heading, or am I going to tweak that a little bit? And so that's sort of where I'm at the moment. That's sort of, I don't know if that answered the question. And Janine Murray, welcome to the stream. I'll see if I can catch up on you guys, with you guys here in the chat here. Sweeney says, got to the point of blocking channels, drop a ton of other channels with the same or similar content. Yeah, I occasionally unsubscribe. I don't subscribe willy-nilly, but occasionally if I lose interest, I'll admit, I've lost interest in channels, so I'll unsubscribe, or the content isn't what I actually thought it was going to be, so I unsubscribe after a while. So, those things happen. That's just how YouTube is. Toby John says, I didn't know that Doug User YT was a surfer. Well, I'm not. Is that? I'm not sure. That's probably a comment based on something that happened in chat that I have no idea. It was probably something I said off the cuff that I didn't even know I said. I have no idea what that's about. Is it okay to do a how to get more watch time as a gamer? I know how, but is it a good topic video? The thing is, if your channel's all based around gaming and then you do a how to get watch time or how to do something on YouTube, sure, you know about that because you're a YouTuber and you've got some experience, but is it exclusively your niche? That's the tricky part. So your subscribers probably don't, unless that small portion of your subscribers are YouTubers as well, that might be interested in that. But by and large, people who watch gaming content are just watching gaming content. They're not necessarily interested in the workings of YouTube or how to get watch time unless they're a creator themselves. So it might be something that you want to share, but you might want to share it somewhere else. Whether you share it like in a collab with a channel that does do YouTube stuff, or whether you do it on a second channel might be a better way, because I think it probably wouldn't perform as well to the gamer people who typically watch gaming channels. I hope that makes sense. Oh, that was I did that on accident. I didn't mean to. I'm talking like Americans now, on accident. I never say that, but now I said it. Yeah, I didn't do that on purpose. That sort of just happened. I was trying to stop it. Good old Grammarly. Thank you. Yes, I remember, Hashit, you were in some of the Wake Up Show streams when we were doing trivia. I remember. Was it your first channel and second? Dark Hewson YT was my third channel. This is third. This is number 3. The first one was my Minecraft channel. The second one was my Dashcam channel. And Beanie says, I'm a tinkerer. Yeah, I seem to be when it comes to YouTube, that's for sure. I'm well, Jenny Murray. I hate notifications now because I get more and more notifications more than ever. Yeah, I'm very selective as to which channels I actually ring the bell for, because I know that I could get over-notified. And YouTube doesn't want people to be over-notified, which is why some people don't get notifications. It's because they've overrung bells. They've rung too many bells, and so they're only going to show you so many notifications. I got a whole video on that that I did about a month ago. My notifications is not broken rant. I never subscribe to channels in foreign language. Yeah, well, if you can't understand it, it makes it hard. So it's not like it's not like you're being discriminatory. It's just that you can't understand them. So there's no benefit or value to you subscribing or watching those channels. Ken Rod is here. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're just shooting the breeze here today, answering questions. Beanie has some thoughts on that question. If you're going to do a how to get views video, you're better to be getting consistently high levels of views. Nothing worse than a how to get views and the video only gets 100 views in 3 months. Yeah, that's one thing that. Let me share this as a perspective. As a channel who I'm in that sort of arena with you when I talk about YouTube stuff, but you notice I don't strictly talk about, I don't do videos on YouTube growth. I don't do on how to get subscribers. I don't do videos on how to get views because I'm still learning and it's not my place yet. I'm not at a place yet where I can tell you should do ABC. This is the formula. I'm still learning this stuff myself and working it out, and I can teach you what I'm learning, and I'll certainly help people, and as I do in Facebook groups, moderating a few Facebook groups and Discords and things like that. But I'm not necessarily going to make a video on it and put it out there for everybody to see because I'm still learning that stuff. I don't think that I'm in a place where I have the authority to speak those sorts of things to you just yet. Maybe down the road. But yeah, I'm certainly happy to share my thoughts. So it's not like I don't talk about it. Green screen background. Thank you, Taper John. Yes. Yeah, you can have a wave going and get in there and start fake surfing. Flash in your pan is in the house. Welcome to the stream. Kenrod says, have you done a video on how to connect chats to Streamlabs from platforms? No, I have not. Not yet. That's not one of the things I've covered yet. The tricky thing with Streamlabs for me is that I don't have a Windows computer, so I can't use Streamlabs OBS. I can only use traditional OBS. I got Ecamm Live. So that's my big Achilles heel when it comes to not having a Windows computer is those sort of Windows-based live streaming options. But yeah, I do use Streamlabs on the website side. I've got the Streamlabs bot. It should actually technically be working on the chat now. I don't know what things I've got activated on there, but in some of the previous weeks we've done on the Wake Up Show, we've done some trivia stuff where Streamlabs has been a little bit more interactive in the chat with polls and different things. So I use those things on Streamlabs, but I haven't been able to set up live streams and chats and things from the various platforms. So the tricky thing is, interesting thing with Streamlabs is it connects to a lot of platforms via the API, so it does bring in a lot of the chat for you and do it all for you pretty easily. Someone who probably could talk more about that would be D. Nimmin, maybe Nick Nimmin as well, because they use Streamlabs OBS quite heavily, so they'd be good people to ask. So that might be a question for D and his stream coming up in 30 minutes. Just to put it out there, D's stream's coming up in 30 minutes. And just to make sure that we know, I'm just going to put that little clock up in the corner, because sometimes I don't look at my clock. I might see it on the stream and go, oh yes, D's coming up very soon. The plan is to be done by the time that D's ready to go, because I don't want to cross over with D. We want to pass everybody along to D stream at about midday Eastern, I believe it is. About half an hour. Okay, back to the chat. Yeah, Donna says, some people's channels I'm not getting notifications. I noticed on the homepage. Yeah, sometimes oh, they're live. When you come to the homepage on YouTube, oh, they're live. I didn't get a notification. Yeah, that happens. Like I said, Doug, you're a tinkerer, and that's why I like your videos. You show cool tips and tricks on tech you figured out. Yeah, that's right. I won't teach anything until I actually have at least given it a go once or twice. Sometimes. Hey, I just got the 30-minute notification for D stream, so it's all lined up, ready to go. But yeah. As long as I've worked it out to a level where I can hopefully explain it to people, then I'll probably do a tutorial on it. Like I've done some quirky apps, not quirky apps, but apps like Anchor for podcasting. I've done a few videos on that. Done some videos on using Canva for various things. For doing thumbnails or doing channel art and things like that. Anyway, let's get going through the stream. Am I still doing channel view? I'm trying to get there. I wanted to get across. You got Windows on your Mac for free. Oh well, yeah, you can. You like use what's it called? Is it Parallels or you can boot camp? Is it boot camp? Yeah. I'm not a big fan of boot camping, putting the second OS on, particularly when I'm using like a MacBook Air. It's only got a 128 gigabyte drive, so I'm not one for doing that. But I could probably do it on my Mac Mini, possibly. But I've never dabbled in it. Never dabbled in it. Hey, look, it's D Nimmin. I just noticed D was in the chat. Welcome, D. D's show's coming up in that long. 27 minutes. Yeah, D's got it. Yeah, you got a pre-stream. Because I didn't go live on the Wake Up Show yesterday, I wasn't feeling well. I was feeling a lot better today. I thought, I want to go live anyway, so maybe I can pre-stream for D instead of Nick. So instead of doing trivia, we're just doing a Q&A. We're just hanging and doing our thing, answering questions. And I even ripped off your looking at Twitter on my phone. Which, by the way, we're going to get back to in just a sec. If anybody shout out my Twitter, we'll give you a shout out. Because I'm ripping D off today. Okay. I should get back to the studio. Hopefully you're not too far away from the studio. Or you've just stepped out for a coffee or something. Did you end up getting some pizza? Have some pizza. After the stream yesterday. Lovely. Alright, now it was OBS Geek, I believe. OBS Geek. Now see how I can do this. Let me work this out, OBS Geek, because I did promise that I would have a quick look at your channel, just because we can. First of all, I need a browser. All right, there we go. How to add moderators to your YouTube channel, and how do you choose? And then a video starts playing automatically. There we go. Okay, let's search OBS Geek. That shouldn't be too hard to find. As soon as I got it up, I'll bring it up on the screen. OBS Geek. There it is. Look at that. I found it in one. Alright, let's go screen sharing mode. OBS Geek. And let's take that off the screen. OBS Geek, aka Studio Geek 32. Tutorial OBS, streaming tips and more Monday and Wednesday. Let's have a look. What you got going on here? Not sure what. Okay, so we've just gotten started, I see. So we've got 4 videos. What is OBS? It's the very first video. You got 75 views on that. Countdown timer tutorial. That's pretty cool. What do we got? Adding custom transitions. How to use stream alerts. So yeah, it's a bit of a tutorial channel exclusively for OBS. Nice. Okay, I'm going to go. I always like to go to the About page and read what people have said about their own channel. Do you need help with OBS, with streaming and more? Welcome to OBS Geek, a unique channel. Yes, it's unique in that it's focusing on OBS exclusively. That's pretty cool. Your host is Sammy, a kid that is 14 and loves OBS. He's been using it since 2015. I explore interest topics about streaming and many others. Topics of streaming with OBS and Streamlabs OBS. I post videos on Monday and Wednesday, and have fun while doing it. That sounds a little bit like what Travis says. Subscribe, get notified, and come and watch helpful videos. That middle paragraph is a little bit wordy, but yeah, you could be working on that. But it describes the channel, so you're on the right path. It's not just, hey, subscribe to me. Hey, so yeah, you're ahead of the game on that one. But yeah, a little bit wordy in the middle there. You could probably just reword that a little bit. Don't ask me what to put this time of night. My brain doesn't work that hard when it's this time of the morning. It's going to go back to the home page. It's a very simple banner. It does look, I don't know whether it's my screen, but it does look a little bit offset to the left. So I'm not sure if that's actually like that. And then what have we got? You've got just uploads. We only got 4 videos, so there's not going to be too much to see on the homepage. So yeah, you got playlists. Just put in as a group. Make sure that once you've got enough videos, you do playlists. That you do a horizontal playlist, so you can show the individual thumbnails of each video. They'll look a lot better. So per playlist, so have several playlists down the page. But that's of course once you've got the content, because you've only got 4 videos. So it's a little bit early for that. And we're in dark mode. And you've got 139 subscribers already. And your first video posted a week ago? Was it a week ago? So you're off to a pretty good start in for the subscribers. So obviously you probably pushed some people over from Studio Geek 32, which is interesting. Because that would be different content. But the fact that people have come over, hopefully that works out for you. So it's good that you're saying Monday, Wednesday, specific time people can expect. And it's playing again. Your channel trailer is why you should subscribe. So that's interesting. I'm not going to watch it on the stream because of sound and stuff. Tutorial, OBS, streaming tips and more. OBS Geek. I think if people know what OBS is, then they're probably pretty clear that this is an OBS channel. If they know what OBS is, if someone comes along and says, what's OBS? Then, you know, maybe there's something that could happen on the banner that could say what OBS is. Maybe open broadcast software. Just put it in one spot somewhere. I'm not sure. Maybe I like the graphic. It's the hair with the glasses. Now, do you wear glasses in your videos? I didn't see. But it looks nifty. No, you don't. That's okay. It just looks nifty as a logo. The hair's a little different to your hair as well, but hey. It's cool. Oh, it's playing again because I keep jumping back. But yeah. I'd like to see how you're going when you've got a few more videos up. And I think that you could probably be doing a little bit better on the thumbnails for sure. But as a start, for the first 4 videos, I'll have to, at some point I might have to come back and just have a quick look. Now, they're all about 3 minutes long, so you're not dragging them out, which is good. So hopefully that's straight to the point on the specific area of OBS, and that 3 minutes is hopefully long enough to explain what you need to explain for that. So hopefully that's all good. I obviously won't watch them on stream, but that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's interesting how you did this thumbnail here with the... I don't have my pen because I'm not in Chrome. But the very first video, what is OBS? How you've got it up on your screen there. What is OBS? That's interesting. And you're trying the YouTube face each time. I think some of them, you've probably got your mouth open too much, like this one. The second 2 there, using the same picture. So maybe don't look that excited each time. But no, that's good. It's good. All right. I think that's all I got to say on that. Just an impression. This is what I see. So when you get a few more videos, we'll come back and we'll have a bit more of a deeper dive or a bit more look at that, I reckon. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the... Did I change back? Yes, I did. There I am. Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at channels, so let's see what's going on. Let's see if I can find where I'm up to in the chat. Oh, D's popped back out to get ready for his stream. Thanks, D. We'll catch you later. We'll catch you on this stream in about 18 minutes. I was just reading some of the things that D said. Okay. I mentioned the thumbnails, so yeah, it probably is a little bit. I think they could be better. I'll give you to a few more videos just to work out your look and feel, because each one of those thumbnails was different. None of them are uniform, so you need to figure out your uniform thumbnail. I think the text needs to be bigger. What texture you do use, but obviously you're not going to repeat the whole title. So something that stands out, something a bit more vibrant, even with the pictures, a bit more vibrancy, a bit more color, a bit more brightness. So make sure you take your pictures for your thumbnails in a well-lit place, like where I am now is well-lit. Don't take them in the dark. Make sure you use software. If you're got stuff behind you, stand in front of a plain wall, cut yourself out, and then you can add a bit of background color and put yourself in front of that background color with a bit of texture. And then you start having thumbnails that look like mine. All right, back to the chat. You're making a theme song. That's interesting. Once you got your theme song, I'll check that out. Everyone's fighting to stay awake, and Beanie said, don't know if he's going to last through D stream. Felicia's here. Yeah, it's an odd hour for me to be streaming, Felicia. As you know, it's 1:45 in the morning. And I'm not going to work tomorrow, so I thought, what the hey? That's the way to do it. Okay, Donna says, when people put their video unlisted, can you explain that feature? Basically, an unlisted video is a video that doesn't appear on your channel. So if you make a video unlisted, it won't appear in your video list for people publicly. They won't see it. But if you share the link to it, people can watch it. So it's like a semi-private video, whereas a private video, people can't see, and then you can't share it either. So that's what private is. So unlisted is where it's just not appearing in your video list on YouTube for people to watch. So it won't appear. I believe unlisted ones can appear in playlists. So if you have it unlisted in a playlist, it will play to people because the fact that you can actually share a link for an unlisted video. So yeah, so unlisted you can share so people can watch it, but it won't appear and be discoverable on YouTube on your channel. Hope that explains that. Trying to get caught up on the channel. I'm not sure what's Janine saying. All the dreaded plus, as if D was here, he'd be rolling over. I'm not sure what that's from. I might have missed a comment there. Yeah, unlisted. Thank you. Flash in the pan to cut your hair off live last night. Yeah, I've been thinking I need a haircut myself, and I'm like being tempted to just cut it myself, but it never goes well when you try and do it yourself. To save a few dollars instead of going to the hairdresser, forking out the cash. I just need someone to come and do it for me. Shelby's Corner, you need to come and cut my hair. Thundercams is in the stream. Welcome to the stream. We'll be wrapping up soon and passing on to D Nemon in about 14 minutes. And as Flash in the Pan says, if a video is public, anyone can view it. That's right. If it's public, it means it will appear on your channel. It'll appear in search. But if it's unlisted, then you won't be able to search it. Boom. Get a wig and cut it, but then my hair is still not cut. It's not comfortable. I need to cut my hair. You will botch it. Not the method that I have. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Flash, I'm feeling it for sure. Feeling it for sure. Alright, I just need to find out who's tagging me. Okay, no, it's all right. Sometimes I see a message in Discord like, oh, it might be urgent, might be related to the stream. Somebody's trying to communicate something to me privately. Has anybody ever had that happen to them? But no. Well, how's everybody's Sunday going so far? Because I think we're coming up to midday Eastern, so it's probably like still morning on the West Coast. It's getting probably late afternoon in the UK and Europe. Maybe it's already evening, I believe. I don't know, time zones. And here in Australia, it's coming up to 2 a.m. The hour that we should be up and streaming. We should be in bed asleep. Oh, here's a question. From Thundercams. How much do you think I should be charging for a sponsor? That's going to depend on a bunch of stuff. Now, I've never had a sponsor, so, take this with a grain of salt. It depends on what they want you to do and how many views you typically get on a video, how much effort it is for you to actually do what they want you to do. Is it a review video? Is it just a 30-second promo? Are they sponsoring a video where you're doing your regular content and they're just sponsoring 30 minutes? Or you're doing a dedicated video for them? All those things will affect what you should be charging. And obviously, because if you're starting out, then you're going to be charging megabucks. You're going to be probably being something reasonable. But at the same time, you want to be compensated. So we're not going to put a figure on it because I would have no idea what figure to put on that because of all those variables. So it'll be interesting to see. Is it for a product? Is it promoting a brand or an app, or is it a dedicated video? Is it just a shout out or a 30-second response, or are you just reviewing the product? And they're saying, here's a product. Can you review my mouse? It's a great mouse. Run it for its paces and do a video on it. You can keep the mouse, and that's your payment. Or are they saying, here's a mouse. We want you to do a video on this. We're going to pay you $100 to make a video. Are you willing to make, are you happy with $100 to make a video about this mouse? It's you got to balance up, not only what you're worth to them, but is it worth your while, your time and effort to produce whatever they want you to produce? Take everything into account. You get get as much information as possible before you commit. And yeah, at the same time, don't get ripped off. Oh, bumping everything. Here we go. I've lost my spot. Where am I? Here we are. Oh, Donna's out of here. Donna, thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much for that super chat earlier in the show. Much appreciated. Felicia had a busy Sunday here in Australia. Well, Sunday's done and dusted. It's early Monday morning here. And the weekends just go so quick. Jenny says, RIP PewDiePie. What's happened to PewDiePie? Have I missed something? Shelby's Corner says, the same goes for art commissions. So Shelby's in the art space, so Shelby knows a bit about art and art commissions, I guess. Shelby does some stuff. Shelby's actually done it. I've got a shirt coming that Shelby's Corner has designed for me. Well, she did the drawing, and I've put it on a shirt with some text for all you moderators out there. So hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be wearing that on the stream, and you'll be able to pick those shirts up. And Shelby's Corner will be getting commission from every sale of that shirt. All those shirts. It's actually a series of shirts with the same or similar picture with different words all around for moderators and live streamers and stuff. So hopefully it looks good when we get it on a shirt. So we'll keep you guys posted on a future stream on that one. But yeah, speaking of art commissions, rabbit hole indeed. It's been a good show so far. We've had fun. We're going to be wrapping things up in a few minutes because D Nimmin is going live on the hour. As the clock says there, we've got about 8.5 minutes before D goes live, so we'll be wrapping things up because this is the pre-D Sunday stream. We're only on pre-D. We're not on during D or post-D. So it's good to see. Give me a hashtag. I'm still here if you're still here. Any last question before we wrap things up? Any last questions? Opening it to all, and I'm gonna let's jump in on the closer shot there. How is everybody? How is everybody in YouTube land today? Hashtags are coming in. Hashtags are coming in. I tell you, I'm starting to feel it in my eyes. When I started the stream, I was pretty good, but maybe it's all the lights and stuff. I'll turn a few lights off once we're done. It's all happening. It's just coming at me at this point. My body clock's a little bit out of whack because I was up for Niman Live last night. So I did get my 8 hours sleep, and then I woke up this afternoon, and I'm all Gucci, as Shelby's Corner says. But I will be resting my eyes a little bit more when D Niman comes on. And I'll be hanging around to moderate D's stream, so make sure that if you're carrying over, say hi to me in the stream, in the chat. I'll be in the chat doing my thing as well. And I'll probably be lurking in the Discord as well, because that's just what happens. When we're streaming, we're lurking the Discord. But what we must do is do the final shout-out for the Twitter people before we forget. All those that shared on Twitter, let's go over and have a look. Here we go. The mentions, of course. As we said before, Sweeney Dunstan. Let's see who else. Beanie didn't shout the stream, but he's mentioning me. But there he is. Our boy Doug Hewson is live right now. Come show him some love. Thank you, Beanie. And Jack's the legend. Mention me. That's all the shout outs. Beanie. Sharing the stream. Getting a lot of mentions there. Let's have a look. Let's jump over to all. Yes, just a lot of mentions going on there. So not too many shares, but a lot of mentions from other tweets earlier in the day, as it happens. That's just what happens. I'll be late for D. Girlfriend taking me late. That's worthwhile. Going for breakfast. I'm always down for some breakfast. That's the way to go. Flash and Pan's doing a bit of remodeling there. New wall covering in the den. It's always good. I need to do a little bit more around my set in the next few weeks. So hopefully soon we'll have a more interesting backdrop here. In this corner won't be so plain. This wall here, which is out of shot at the moment, where you can see the corner there. We'll have some acoustic paneling, and I'll be sort of basing it loosely on Felicia's video that she did on her acoustic panels a little while ago. So I'm going to go with a similar concept, but I'm going to change it up a fraction. So they'll be portable for me. So if I'm moving, I want to move location or change my studio around, I can still move them around. So inspired by Felicia's video. So thank you very much. And Travel with Nicole is here. Welcome to the stream, coming in right at the end. We'll be wrapping up. We're heading over to 4 minutes. 4 minutes is when D's going live, so we're going to be heading over there in just a second. If you know how to get to D Niman, if you don't know how to get to D Niman, I should say, you need to go to YouTube, type in D Niman, you'll find it. I don't have a link to drop, but let's have a look real quick. Do I have a link? I don't have a link to drop for D's channel. No, I've only got Niman Live in my little thing, but we'll be checking them out real soon. So type in D Niman in YouTube, and you'll be able to find it. If one of the mods has that link handy, they can drop it in the chat for D's stream. Do that now. Felicia says backdrops are always a constant change. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always tweaking it. Now I've lifted mine up, so now I've got like a bit of a funny sort of thing going on under my bookshelf at the moment when I'm sitting down, because I've set my setup so I'm standing when I'm doing my videos. My camera's on a tripod. up high at eye height when I'm standing. But next week, I'm changing this desk out for a sit-stand desk, so I can lift it up and actually do my live stream potentially standing up. So we'll see how we go with that. And there's the link. Beanie has dropped it in the chat. Thank you, Beanie, very much for dropping. That's where you can go to watch D stream, which is coming up in 3 minutes. So you know what that means. We need to wrap things up and get on over. Show your support to D. Go in the chat over there. If you go over there, say that Doug sent you, and that'll be really, really awesome. So hopefully, people have enjoyed just hanging out and answering questions. A bit of Q&A today. Then we even looked at OBS Geek's channel briefly. So that was pretty cool. It's been a while since I've looked at any channels for people. And that Christmas song, Jingle Bells, is going in the background again, so that means it must be time to wrap up because we've been here and it's Christmas. All right. Well, this is Doug for Doug Hewson YouTube. And end of the song. I'll catch you later.